If you spend any time in the great outdoors, you've probably noticed the increasing popularity of gravel biking over the past couple of decades. Why has dirt riding seen such a surge in popularity recently? Should you buy a gravel bike instead of upgrading from your road or mountain bike? Want to know everything about gravel biking and why is it so much fun? Then Cycling News Live is here for you. So, what is gravel biking exactly? Let's begin with basic, shall we? Gravel biking, often known as multi-terrain riding, refers to riding a bicycle over terrain that is too hard for a road bike but does not require the same level of sturdiness or maneuverability as mountain biking. There are a lot of cyclists who think the term gravel is a bit of a misnamed, and some even think it does a disservice to the overall scope of the sport. More than only gravel can be ridden on during a gravel riding session. Gravel routes can be comprised of everything from paved back roads to unpaved back roads, single track to muddy trails, and basically anything in between. A gravel bike is essentially a hybrid between a road bike and a mountain bike. You may think of it as a cross between the two. The gearing and geometry of a gravel bike are comparable to those of a road bike. Gravel bikes are similar to mountain bikes in that they have wide tires but less suspension than mountain bikes. In addition, their frames are more robust, they have longer wheelbases, and they have drop bars. Gravel biking is, on the whole, a simple and straightforward activity. It goes without saying that there are strategies that can be of assistance, but getting started requires very little prior knowledge on your part. But what are the reasons that make gravel biking so much fun? If you stay off the highways and stay on gravel roads, you'll have much better views and more time to enjoy them. Gravel roads frequently take you into the countryside or other rural regions that you would not otherwise have the opportunity to see and experience. When you ride a gravel bike, you can go to more remote places with little or no service, where you can just relax and enjoy the moment. When you ride on paved roads, you usually stay in populated, built-up areas that don't have many good views. Since there are tens of thousands of miles of slow, winding gravel roads in the US and most of Europe, it doesn't surprise us that gravel grinding is here to stay. You've probably heard this before, but it's still true. Gravel bikes are a mix of road bikes and mountain bikes. People call them modern retro mountain bikes because they look like the first mountain bikes from the 1990s, but they are much better looking and more capable. Gravel bikes go against what the cycling industry says is a rule that everyone should follow. They start with the shape of a road bike, but add a longer wheelbase and more slack. They also have tires that are 40 millimeters or bigger and drop bars that let you steer them. This lets you go on long rides with mixed surfaces like paved roads, gravel roads, fire roads, double track, and easy single track. Most of this would be nearly impossible to do on a road bike, while a mountain bike wouldn't be hard enough. Another reason is safety. The lack of safety on paved roads is one of the main reasons why so many people who used to ride on roads now ride on gravel. Cars and trucks are big and fast, and drivers of cars and trucks often don't care much about keeping cyclists safe. Because of this, most roadies have multiple close calls every season, and many of them even end up in the hospital. Gravel roads are much safer because there are few or no cars on them. On a gravel road, you can ride for hours without encountering any other cars or people. If you stay on these roads, you'll have more fun, feel more at ease, and generally enjoy cycling a lot more. So it doesn't surprise us that a lot of cyclists are saying enough is enough and starting to go off the beaten track whenever they can. The cycling industry is putting more and more attention on the gravel market, which makes outback lovers want gravel bikes even more. Long gravel rides and exploring have become much easier and more fun thanks to new technologies. GPS is one of these kinds of technology. Most gravel roads don't have signs, so it's easy to get lost, waste the time, or get in trouble. Modern GPS computers make it much easier to find rides, mark them, and even share them with other people. Components made for gravel riding, like Shimano's GRX group set, are another example. Most recreational riders have no reason to spend extra money on it, but if you want to enter gravel events and win them, the GRX can give you the edge you need. Even tires made for gravel have come a long way. Today, they have better protection against punctures and a mix of knobby and smooth surfaces that make them very good on both paved and unpaved roads. So, is a gravel bike really the only one you need to go on most rides and do other things you need to do every day? Many believe yes. If you're a roadie, you probably like to go fast and cover a lot of ground. If you're a bike rider, you like to take on tough challenges and ride on tricky terrain. A gravel bike offers both. Many people might think that gravel bikes are too slow to ride on paved roads, but that's not true at all. You'll be just as fast as the other roadies in the group if you put on a new set of wheels and smooth 28-30mm tires. Even with stock 40mm wheels, you'll only be a few seconds off the pace than on a road bike. If you're not a pro, this isn't much of a difference. Best of all, a gravel bike is tough enough that you can use it as a commuter bike in the city and off-road, or as an all-purpose workhorse that you can use and abuse however you want. Bike packing and gravel bikes go together, and it has become the new trend in cycling in the last few years. More and more bike explorers are abandoning typical paved road bike touring with heavy, laden panners in favor of a more lightweight and versatile setup. Bike packing is a way to escape for many people. If you take a gravel bike and put frame bags, a saddlebag, and a handlebar bag on it, you can be small enough to go anywhere you want. Gravel bikes are becoming more and more popular, and the bike packing community has to take some of the blame for that. A lot of our viewers have said that the community is a big part of why they love riding gravel so much. Gravel bikes have a pretty laid-back culture. No one expects you to do anything other than have fun. Gravel events usually aren't as focused on the end goal as much as they are on the journey itself. Even though it sounds corny, it's true. Well, the finish line is also important because that's where you can enjoy a cold, scalding beer. Also, gravel events are much easier to get to, which is a huge draw for many people. Anyone can show up, finish the ride, and have fun without worrying about getting left behind in the first few miles. At gravel events, you'll often hear people say, "Run what you brought." It means that anyone with a bike is welcome. No one will care if you ride your old MTB while wearing a flannel shirt or a cotton t-shirt. A gravel bike allows you to explore the fire roads and double tracks near your home, and makes them challenging enough to have fun and make you want to come back. What do you think about gravel biking in general? Do you own or have you tried riding a gravel bike? We'd love to hear about what you've been through. Tell us in the comments below. That's all for today. Hope you all liked our video. So don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel to see more of our incredible videos. Look forward to seeing you in the next video.